The air around Ibrox feels different. Thick with tension, electric with expectation. On the pitch, Rangers are still searching for answers. Off it, however, the winds of change are howling louder than ever after a season that never truly ignited. A campaign littered with stumbles, inconsistency, and the sting of missed opportunities. Rangers Football Club stands at the edge of something monumental. Not just another managerial change. Not just another transfer window. We're talking about the kind of shift that shakes foundations, redraws the lines of ambition, and echoes far beyond the borders of Scottish football. And at the center of this, seismic shift is a name that's becoming increasingly familiar to the Rangers faithful, 49ers enterprises. The American investment powerhouse backed by the NFL's San Francisco 49ers and already holding majority stakes at Leeds United is no longer just lurking in the shadows. Their intentions are now out in the open, and what's being revealed is nothing short of groundbreaking. For months there were whispers, murmurs of boardroom maneuvers, of foreign hands tightening their grip on the Ibrox hierarchy. Now those whispers have become headlines. The silence is broken, and the message loud and clear. Rangers are on the brink of transformation. For supporters, this could be the dawning of a bold new era. One fueled by serious investment, strategic ambition, and a long overdue vision to take the club back to the pinnacle, not just in Scotland, but on a European stage. But what exactly have the 49ers promised, and what does their arrival mean for the club's immediate and long-term future? Let's rewind a bit. This past season didn't go according to plan. Far from it. Expectations were high. When are they not at Ibrox? But early flashes of promise quickly fizzled out. The squad failed to click when it mattered. Most key players underperformed, and consistency became a stranger. The Scottish Premiership title race, once a neck-and-neck battle with Celtic, turned into a familiar tale of heartbreak. By the time the dust settled, there were no domestic trophies to celebrate. Europe, for a brief moment, offered a glimmer of hope. Rangers punched their way through tough fixtures to reach the Europa League quarterfinals, a creditable run that ended against Athletic Bilbao. 2 legs of fierce, hard-fought football exposed both the grit and the gaps in the team. And it's precisely those gaps the 49ers are now looking to fill. Not just with money, but with a complete cultural reset. Because while throwing cash at the problem might offer a quick fix, true transformation takes more than just deep pockets. It takes leadership vision and the guts to make bold decisions. And the first of those decisions, the managerial appointment. With Philippe Clement shown the door following a string of lifeless displays, Rangers once again found themselves in familiar territory, searching for someone to steady the ship. Barry Ferguson stepped in on an interim basis, a club legend, a man who knows what it means to bleed blue. He held things together with pride, but everyone knew it was temporary. Now the real search begins. Names are flying around. One in particular is dominating the conversation, Steven Gerrard. Yes, him again. The man who delivered the fabled 55th league title. The man who for a brief moment restored pride to Ibrox during an era of Celtic dominance. Gerrard's credentials are obvious. His bond with the club is undeniable. But football moves fast, and not everyone is convinced that going back is the way forward. Some fans see a second stint as poetic. Others, more cautious, remember how quickly things unraveled after his departure. Regardless of opinion, one thing is certain: Rangers can't afford to get this wrong. The next manager will not only inherit a talented but inconsistent squad, they'll also be handed the keys to a project backed by serious financial muscle. Because according to multiple sources, including 49ers and NFL insiders, the new ownership is ready to spend not just a little, not just a bit more than before. We're talking about a significant injection of funds. Reports emerging on Sunday the 25th of May suggest that Rangers are heading into this transfer window with the biggest budget they've had in years. That alone changes everything. It sends a signal to fans, to rivals, to potential recruits. The days of scrimping and settling might finally be over. And this isn't just talk. Remember what the 49ers did at Leeds. They didn't just sit in the boardroom and write checks. They got involved, recruited smart, built infrastructure, created a model that, while not perfect, was undeniably ambitious. If they bring that same energy and methodology to Ibrox, we could be witnessing the beginning of something truly special. But Rangers are not Leeds. This is Glasgow. This is a city divided by football. Every decision, every misstep is magnified. There is no room for error, which is why the next few weeks are absolutely critical. Back on the squad front, the transfer rumor mill is already turning. Targets are being discussed, agents are circulating, and fans are dreaming. But one key departure has already been confirmed. Romanian playmaker Yanis Hagi. After 4.5 years at the club, his contract wasn't renewed. And now, for the first time in his career, he's a free agent. It's a bittersweet exit. Hagi, despite injuries and stretches of inconsistency, had a knack for scoring big goals in big moments. He was never the star of the show, but he had heart, and sometimes that matters most. In his own words, Hagi said he was proud of his final season at Rangers, that he felt he turned his career around, and now he's taking his time to weigh up. His next move. Offers on the table, from Genoa, Borussia Mönchengladbach, even a possible return to Steaua Bucharest. But he's in no rush. At just 26, he knows his next decision is pivotal. He wants to keep progressing, stay relevant with the national team, and find a club that truly inspires him. Rangers fans are split on his exit. Some say it was the right move. Others feel he still had more to give. That debate will rage on as it always does in football. But again, all roads lead back to the bigger picture, to the takeover, to the vision, to the promise that things are finally maybe changing at Ibrox. For the first time in a long time, there's a real sense that the club is preparing to operate like a modern, forward-thinking football institution. That means smart recruitment, clear identity, cohesive planning, and yes, a bit of swagger. Because let's face it, Rangers have been reactive for too long. Responding to crises, firefighting, chasing instead of leading. Now, with the 49ers enterprises poised to assume full control, there's an opportunity to flip the script, to stop playing catch-up, to build a club that competes with Celtic, not just on passion, but on structure and sustainability. A club that can go toe-to-toe in Europe. A club that knows what it wants, how to get there, and has the courage to stick to the plan. The next few days and weeks will be massive. A new manager, new players, new ideas. But it all has to start with clarity. Because Rangers stand at a crossroads, and the path they choose now, backward, sideways, or forward, will define everything. As the dust begins to settle around the dramatic revelations from the 49ers camp, the mood among Rangers supporters is one of cautious optimism. There's excitement, no doubt. But this fan base has seen it all before. False dawns, hollow promises, ambition that fades when tested by the harsh realities of Scottish football. So now, with serious money and American muscle seemingly behind them, Rangers need more than flashy headlines. They need substance. Actions, not just aspirations. And it all starts with leadership at the top. The boardroom is expected to undergo significant changes, with key figures likely to step aside to make way for the new regime. That in itself could bring fresh energy, new ideas, but it could also unsettle, because change, even when necessary, is never simple. The expectations on a new hierarchy will be immense. Supporters want transparency. They want decisions made in the best interest of the club, not in the shadows. And they want ambition that goes beyond slogans on a press release. One of the main criticisms of recent years has been the club's lack of long-term planning. Transfers felt reactionary. Managerial appointments often felt like punts rather than purpose-driven hires. That needs to change, and fast. Because Celtic aren't slowing down. They've got their house in order. They're dominating the domestic scene. And their structure, however disliked by Rangers fans, has delivered consistency and trophies. For Rangers to close that gap, they need to outthink, outfight, and outperform on every level. From recruitment to fitness, from academy development to tactical evolution, everything has to step up. That's why this managerial decision is about more than tactics or style. It's about vision, about finding someone who doesn't just want to win, but who understands how to build. The appointment of a coach like David Ancelotti, for example, would represent a radical departure from tradition. Young, modern, tactically sharp, and shaped by years, beside one of the greatest managers in football history, Ancelotti brings with him a fresh perspective. His name has gathered momentum in recent days, and not just because of his surname. Insiders from Real Madrid have been quick to praise his contribution during his father's tenure. Players, too, have spoken highly of his presence in the dressing room, his calm authority, his eye for detail, his ability to connect. If Rangers want to break the cycle, this is the kind of risk that could pay off. A forward-thinking coach with a global pedigree hungry to carve out his own legacy. Of course, experience is always a question. Can someone who's never been a #1 lead a club of this magnitude? That's the gamble. But maybe it's time Rangers started betting on boldness instead of familiarity. After all, the safe choices haven't exactly worked out. Meanwhile, the players are also feeling the ripple effect. Those already in the squad are aware that a new era means increased competition. For some, it's a chance to prove they belong. For others, it's likely the end of the road. The incoming budget boost means Rangers can finally enter the market with intent rather than desperation. But with that comes pressure. Recruitment must be clinical. Every signing has to be part of a larger puzzle. No more scattergun strategies. No more high wages for players who don't fit the system. And equally, the academy must be given proper attention. If there's one area where Rangers have fallen behind Celtic, it's in the development and integration of youth talent. That has to be addressed. The Europa League campaign served as both a highlight and a reality check. Battling to the quarterfinals showed resilience, but falling short against Athletic Bilbao exposed the ceiling of this current squad. There were moments of brilliance, yes, but there were also too many signs of fatigue of players out, of depth at a highest level. And in truth, it was never going to be enough. The domestic collapse hurt more, not because it was unexpected, but because it felt avoidable. Too many points dropped against teams Rangers should beat. Too many flat performances when the stakes were highest. That inconsistency cannot carry into the next season. And then there's the matter of mentality. Rangers at their best play with fire, with purpose. But too often that edge has dulled. The hunger that defined the Gerrard title-winning side has faded. That culture has to return. Whether it comes through a returning hero or a fresh-faced tactician, the squad needs to rediscover its bite. And the fans, ever passionate, ever demanding, deserve a team that reflects their energy. Ibrox is a fortress when belief is strong, but it can also be an unforgiving place when standards slip. The new ownership knows this. They've done their homework. They understand what this club means to the people. They've seen the size of the task, and they're still coming forward. That in itself says a lot. This isn't a vanity project. This is a calculated move. And if the 49ers bring the same intensity to Rangers that they've brought to their other ventures, the rest of Scottish football should take notice. But talk is cheap. The real work begins now. The coming weeks will shape the future. A manager, a transfer strategy, a clear philosophy. These aren't just boxes to tick. They're the foundation of the next era, one that could finally see Rangers reclaim their place, not just beside Celtic, but above them. Not just fighting in Europe, but truly competing. The challenge is enormous, but so is the opportunity. And for the first time in a long time, the light at the end of the tunnel isn't just a flicker, it's burning bright. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Whispers are swirling through the Scottish football scene as word emerges that BOJAN MIOVSKI might be on the verge of a sensational move to Rangers. The North Macedonian striker, who has been making waves with his impressive performances, is reportedly giving serious consideration to joining the Glasgow Giants, sparking excitement and speculation among fans and pundits alike. Sources close to the player suggest that MIOVSKI's camp has shown a positive attitude towards the possibility of signing for Rangers, a club renowned for its passionate support and rich history. Though nothing has been officially confirmed, the mere hint of his agreement to a move has set tongues wagging across Scotland. Rangers, eager to bolster their attacking options, could find in MIOVSKI a key asset capable of adding fresh firepower to their front line. At 24, MIOVSKI is entering the prime years of his career, and a transfer to Rangers would represent a significant step up, giving him the platform to showcase his talent on a bigger stage, including European competitions. The striker's physical presence and goal-scoring knack could be exactly what the Light Blues need to challenge Celtic and make a serious push for domestic and continental glory. Meanwhile, fans are already dreaming of the potential impact MIOVSKI could have at Ibrox. His knack for finding the net combined with the team's attacking style might just ignite a new era of success. While negotiations remain under wraps, the buzz around this possible transfer continues to grow, making it one of the hottest rumors in Scottish football at the moment. Whether or not BOJAN MIOVSKI's yes turns into a done deal remains to be seen, but for now, Rangers supporters have reason to be optimistic. The prospect of adding such a promising striker to their ranks is enough to send waves of anticipation through the club and its loyal fan base. As the story develops, eyes across Scotland will be watching closely, hoping this rumor turns into reality. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.